dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, we're gonna make some cupcakes. Cause it's cool out and it's time to bake. We're gonna put some pumpkin in them. Cause pumpkin has vitamins. Yeah, it's time to bake some pumpkin cupcakes. So quit screwing around and don't delay. Your kids are gonna love them. Your wife is gonna love them. In fact, the only person that might not love them is your mother-in-law, but that's okay, 'cause she never likes you anyway. To begin, we're going to cream together butter and sugar just like every other godforsaken cupcake recipe on the planet until it looks nice and smooth and creamy and fluffy and all those descriptive terms. And then we're going to add an egg and some pumpkin puree. I wanted to show y'all how to make pumpkin puree from scratch out of an actual pumpkin, but my store didn't have any of those little sugar pumpkins. It only had these decorative jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. So, c'est la vie. Buy some pumpkin in a can. Woo. And you're obviously gonna have some pumpkin left over out of a can of pumpkin. You can hang on to that and put it into smoothies or put it into macaroni and cheese or stuff like that, and just kind of sneak some veggies in. A sneaky little veggie spy. We'll get that cream together. And then I've got my dry ingredients here, and that's just the regulars, the usual suspects, flour, baking soda, baking powder, and a bunch of spices. And I put all the recipes on my website with all the measurements and stuff, so you can check that out. But it's, the regular stuff that you would think. Cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, cloves, love. A little bit of our milk. Oh, and a little bit of vanilla extract. Look, I'm not even gonna measure. I'm such a baller. Last. Good deal. Just fill up your little muffin tins. Try not to get it all over the place like I just did. It's like you'd think that I had never done this before. Kind of wipe up some of these little spills. And then we're just gonna bake these for 350 for about 15-20 minutes. So, pardon me. All right, for our icing, I've got some butter and brown sugar here. I'm just gonna heat this over medium heat until the butter's melted and we get the brown sugar dissolved. It doesn't take very long. Okay. I'm gonna add a can of sweetened condensed milk. Okay, so we're just gonna cook this over medium heat, stirring it for about 5 minutes until it's bubbling and it starts to thicken up and it'll get a little bit more golden in color. And so we're sort of making the caramel in this way. Once it's looking like that, pretty dang thick, and it's bubbling up like a tar pit, we can transfer it into our mixing bowl over here again. Okay, so then we're just gonna beat this on a medium speed for maybe 5 minutes or so and cool this caramel off. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and get my cupcakes out of the pan and let them cool on a rack. It's all gonna time out perfectly. All right, so this has been cooling for a few minutes. I've been mixing it up. I'm gonna add some things to it. So first, I'm gonna add some salt because we are doing a salted caramel. And some cinnamon. You could leave the cinnamon out, but I like it. Some vanilla. And then I'm gonna add a dash of cayenne pepper, and this is totally optional. I really, really love the little kind of back of the throat hit of that cayenne pepper. It just makes the whole dessert feel a little bit more sophisticated and grown up. But if you were making these for kids, totally just leave it out. It's no biggie. So I'm just gonna keep mixing this over this kind of medium-low speed until the bowl doesn't feel hot anymore. So it's probably gonna be another 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so after a few minutes, it's just slightly warm now. You can see the the caramel looks a lot shinier and almost looks stickier, like chewed up gum, like ABC gum. So I'm gonna start sifting in some powdered sugar. Is totally backwards. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so after several minutes, the frosting has cooled. It's still gonna be really sticky because it's a caramel frosting. And of course you can just spread it onto your cupcakes with a little butter knife or something, but I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna demonstrate just how terrible I am at using a piping bag, because it's kind of fun, you know, to sometimes pretend like you care what things look like. Okay, so I've got my icing dough. And I've got a piping bag here that I've just put on a little star tip, and I think I have it assembled the correct way. It works, so that's what counts. So we want to plop some of this down there. And this is actually a pretty stiff icing, so it makes it pretty easy, stiff, makes it pretty easy for piping. And then hold it over the bowl so you don't squirt icing everywhere accidentally, and just kind of like shake it to get it packed down in there. Give it a little squeeze, and then you want to like twist it off above wherever the icing level is so that you can use your hand to, you know, put a firm pressure, get a firm grip on it so that you can squeeze it evenly. And then get a little bit going, you know, make sure you don't have any air bubble at the end there. And then I'm going to pick up a cupcake and just go around and make a little spiral. So like that, and then a little bloop at the top. And this is a rich, sweet icing, so you don't need a whole lot, I don't think. And then you decorate it with a little candy corn. Get it? So there you go. There's a little pumpkin cupcake with a salted caramel buttercream icing. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, check out my Halloween playlist. I'll link to that. I've got a ton of fun Halloween recipes, savory and sweet, and there'll be more coming up. But this is also just great, I think, any time of year. It doesn't have to be like Halloween. It could be for Thanksgiving or anything like that. And make sure you subscribe. Click over there, subscribe to my channel so you always get notified whenever I release a new video or a new awesome song that may or may not be about food. And check out my website for printable recipes. Thank you so much for watching. Let's taste this thing. Oh no. It's a great cupcake. All right. Hope you try it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I need to go brush my teeth now. Okay, bye. What's that weird sound? Oh, it's the mixer. Okay. And if you wanted to make these like a little more pumpkin-y or Halloween-y colored, you could add some food coloring, but I'm gonna keep it au natural. Just like my pubic hair. Oh my God, that was awful.